you find yourself easily getting affected by other people's judgment of you? If you're looking to become more comfortable with other people judging you, the first and foremost important step is to realize that you're the one judging and not them. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 3 simple tips that will help you to understand how to feel more comfortable with other people judging you. So please keep watching. For the outside world to change, we have to change our inner world. If you think about it, everything happens inside of you. Even now when you're watching this video and listening to me talk, you're experiencing it inside of you. The whole world that appears to be outside is experienced within you. So the way your inner environment looks will affect your experience of the outer environment. So if you have a well-maintained, well-structured, well-balanced inner world, you will then also perceive the outer world to look the same way. But when things are a little bit unstable inside, then suddenly everything looks very unstable on the outside. And you see the same very interesting thing happens with nervousness and anxiety. When we feel anxious and nervous, we feel instantly that everybody hates us, that we're terrible, that people don't like us, that they want us to fail. So you see, we project our uncomfortable feelings, our anxious feelings into other people. So now suddenly it feels like the whole world hates us, when in reality we are the ones that don't have the most pleasant relationship with ourselves. So when we're caught up in the state of being afraid of other people judging us, it really looks like something like this, doesn't it? Or even worse, people are like, this person again, right? It looks like we're seeing these expressions in other people. What's crazy is that we are the ones experiencing that inside of ourselves, but the illusion is that it appears to be outside. Actually, it's happening within. So this is a very interesting insight to be aware of, because you see, you can develop self-mastery in this way of how you navigate your life, how you interact with others, how you relate to people, if you have inner mastery of your inner world. If you identify yourself with the external world, you will always be defined by external things. How people look at you, how people talk to you, what people say, how they say it. If somebody's nice, then you might feel nice and reassured. But if somebody's not nice, or if somebody doesn't say to you something that you're expecting, or any little thing that happens on the outside can very quickly change everything how you feel on the inside. So if we define ourselves with the external world, we're bound to fail because we're constantly determined by people's reactions of us, which leaves us with a very limited experience of life. It's full of ups and downs, and we become slaves to the other person to give us what we think we need. But it's very important to remember that the quality of your inner world will determine the quality of your outer experience. You see, when you enrich your inner world, your experience changes. Suddenly you can see more beauty. You find things that might have seemed a bit dull before more meaningful. Things become more precious. You appreciate the detail and the texture that suddenly presents itself when you've enriched your inner world. It's almost like your taste becomes more refined. You see what truly matters. You don't get so caught up in the trivial things anymore, but you're seeing the larger picture. And in connection to that, you become much more grateful, much more appreciative. Quite often we get so caught up in the small things, right? Something doesn't go our way. It can be the tiniest thing. It can be anything, and that can ruin our whole day, our whole week, sometimes even our whole life. So when we are living a life that's constantly dependent on people's expectations, opinions of us, small things, if you're living a life based on feeding your ego and your pride, you're bound to be constantly disappointed because it's limited. But when we invest in enriching our inner world, our experience of life changes dramatically. Suddenly, beauty can be found everywhere. So I'd like to share with you 3 simple tips that can help you guys to enrich your inner world. Tip number 1, feel, don't think. When we perceive our reality through logic, through the brain, it's all very dull. It's like an Excel sheet. If you ask Excel to describe what life is about, right, it's probably going to say that there are a certain amount of columns and rows and multiplication. Very robotic, very limited. And the same goes to thinking. If we interpret and engage in life through our logic, through our brain, it's a very limited experience of the entirety. So tip number 1 is feel. Don't think, oh, what's the right thing to say? What do I do? Oh, how can I, this constant feel. Wake up your feelings, your sensations, and you're bound to have a much richer, textured, detailed experience of life. Tip number 2, get involved if you're not already in something artistic. Maybe dancing, singing, drawing, poetry, whatever. But you see, art helps us appreciate the beauty of the world. It's like the old saying goes, right? That you can say 1,000 words with one picture. And it's very true. In art, we find much more profoundness, much more depth. So if you're not already, get involved in something artistic. If you don't know where to start with anything. Try drawing something, try sketching something, try doodling something. I recently came across this thing called doodling. I didn't know what it was before. I didn't even know it was a thing. But sometimes when you have a pen and a paper and you're randomly sitting somewhere, you start just making little doodles. It's a whole art form now. So don't be conditioned as well by, oh, this is art and this is not art, or you go on Google and there's like, I don't know how many types of art. No, you can do whatever feeds your soul. And by doing that, we also get a little bit closer to our soul, because the ego and the pleasure that the ego gets is, again, limited. It's all about power, money, fame, and there's only so much of that we can get, and even when we do, we want more and more and more. But when we're doing something more soulful, something more artistic, we get lost in time. And that's always a very interesting quality to look out for. If you're doing something that makes you lose yourself in time and space, where hours can become minutes, that's a good sign that you're probably doing something that you really, really enjoy. So explore doing something artistic, something that brings you a sense of delight. And tip number 3 is follow your deepest and truest aspiration. If you're constantly reminding yourself of what is my truest and deepest aspiration, what is my truest and deepest intention, you will be guided in the right direction. Because what's very interesting is when we follow that, we want to do something that's bigger than ourselves. We want to do something good, something helpful to others. We're not just chasing the instant reward, but we want to do something more helpful to others. And the way to find your direction to that is once again by going inside. The deeper you go inside, the deeper you reach out to your innermost, deepest intention and aspiration, you'll realize that there's something very powerful there. So don't sell out for small rewards, quick little pleasures. They feel so good right in the moment. It's like a rush, but then that rush fades and you need the next hit of dopamine, the next drug. Don't live your lives like that. Follow something truer, something more meaningful, something deeper, and you're bound to find that you start suddenly cultivating and growing your inner world. Think of your inner world like a garden. You want to water it, you want to plant some seeds in it, you want to look after it. And that's exactly the same thing that you want to be doing in your inner world, looking after it, cultivating it, watering it, keeping it in a pleasant environment, in a good homeostasis, and looking to be constantly enriching it. And you will find yourselves in life forgetting to do that, getting caught up in the small things again, the trivial things. Your ego will take over. You'll be again caring too much about what others think of you, what they're saying about you, how they're looking at you. These things will happen, but when that happens, it's fine. You can just kind of, brush yourself off and get back on the right track again. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What do I really want? And let that be the thing that guides you, so that you're not getting too caught up in the small, petty things, but you're living in a larger, more meaningful state of mind. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you'd like to keep receiving more helpful tips on confidence and life. And also do check out our website so you can also find out a little bit more about us. Until the next time.